right, sir. So who do I have here with me today?
My name's James Gaines. I've been born and raised here. I was raised in this area.
Born and raised, huh? All right. So, two questions. How old are you, and what's your current living situation?
I'm 62, and right now I'm homeless.
All right. What do you say a day in the life's like out here for you, man?
It can be rough. It can be rough. It can be okay. It doesn't get much better than okay. It's hard to get a feel good out after a while.
What led to you being out here?
I was a tree trimmer and I injured my foot. And I went to urgent care, got misdiagnosed. They told me there was nothing wrong. So I kept working and it injured my foot. I had 2 torn tendons in the bottom of my foot. They cut the blood flow off to my toes. So I lost 2 toes. So I couldn't, now I'm a climber, that's my livelihood.
Yeah. And so once you got your toes took off, there's no way you can climb trees anymore.
That's been a few years. I climb trees now. I went back and tried it. I'm going to try to go back to it.
Really?
I don't have a choice.
Yeah, you need to.
Being broke.
Yeah.
Homeless,
Man, I
understand.
understand.
Help out here.
I know. That's what we're trying to change. What do you think Scottsdale could do to try to mitigate the homeless population that's...
basically, just have things available. The people that want help will
resources.
Do what they have to do to get the help.
Yeah.
Just don't give it away to people that aren't from here. There's a lot of people that get a house. They move here from another country. They give them a house and money and things that I can't get. I was born here.
I agree with you in that sentiment. 90% of the people that I interview that are out here displaced and homeless, they're not from Arizona. They're from Chicago, New York, or another country.
Not many people are native.
It's a huge population, especially with California having that fire. A lot of people are transplanting to Arizona. Why do you think, other than fires or good weather, why are they all running to Arizona?
It's the weather.
Just the weather, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. They're tired of living in the snow and ice, and half the year you're shut down. You can't work.
Can't do nothing.
Here you could. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and the sun's shining usually. Rains very little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
Good to have a business here,
Yeah, everything. I mean, the weather out here is, like you said, 24/7. You can, every day. It's always, you can always go to work, sun up, sun down.
In the wintertime.
Yeah.
Flip flops.
Oh yeah.
It's casual out here.
Yeah, that's why I think a lot of people come out here. But to add to what you said, they do qualify for homes and rapid housing, and it's sad that someone like you, who's a native here, can't get that. Have you ever tried to apply for rapid housing?
Oh yeah, I'm on the list right now. I'm like 300 on the list.
Really?
It's been like 4 or 5 years I've been waiting. There's people I've seen, they've got 2 places and been kicked out of them.
Before you get one.
And having people live with them that aren't supposed to be in.
Yeah.
They want a free ride. That's why the system's so clogged up. It's because you got 18 to 26-year-olds that don't want to work for a living.
Yes, sir.
So they're pulling that disability. And people with legitimate disability are getting lost in the
shuffle. Yeah. That's awful, man, to say the least. I mean,
it's frustrating.
I bet. I can see exactly where you're coming from. There needs to be a lot more people, and especially churches, doing things like Scottsdale, what is it, Presbyterian Church on Hayden down there?
Yeah.
They let people go in. What do they call it? A rest?
It's a respite.
A rest stop or whatever.
For heat. So get in out of the sun, take a nap, place to relax, you don't have to worry about having everything stolen from it.
Man, Man, that's awesome what they're doing.
You sleep out here, and if you're a sound sleeper, you're in trouble because they'll take everything you got.
Yeah, why is it, do you think, without getting anyone in trouble or anything, do you think a homeless person would steal from another homeless person knowing that they're going through the same struggle as them?
Desperation, and you get hard out here. You know, a lot of people are just waiting to take things from you. You know, they see something you got that they want, and they feel like they're entitled to it. I don't know why it happened like that, how people got to be thinking like that.
Yeah, isn't it awful?
I worked for, years and earned everything I had. I've lost a lot of it just being out here. You know?
Man.
I had a guy watch him steal a $180 speaker from me one night, and he didn't say anything. I asked him why, and he said he didn't want them coming after him. Oh, they wouldn't have got out of that bus stop.
Yeah.
You know, if I would have woke up.
Oh, yeah.
I've lost a lot of things, and I'm really angry. I'm trying not to lose my temper because I got a disability.
Yeah.
An anger control problem.
Yeah.
I always end up in jail, so I said, I'm not that guy no more.
Yeah, change your life. Yeah, that's a good thing.
But there's not much help out here.
Yeah, that's awful, man. I don't understand it. What are some things they could do to help?
The press, they tell them we all have mental issues or drug addicts.
Yeah.
We're out here because of drugs, and that's not true. There's people out here for all different reasons.
All different reasons.
And they all get stereotyped.
Yeah.
You have to live with that all the time, you know.
Yeah, the
they
cars.
They enforce the noise ordinance here.
Yeah, no.
You know, they catch them doing something else, they pull them over, they look under the hood, if they have aftermarket illegal stuff to make it faster, they confiscate the car. Then they just auction it off and sell it back to somebody to drive it on the streets again, you know.
It's like a revolving door, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
and
awful.
We're a blight on the community, you know. They think that we're all just crazy and have psych issues and out here, you know, terrorizing everybody, but that's not true.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I've met a lot of, like you, I've met a lot of great people out here doing what I do and doing these interviews.
People just can't get a break.
Just can't get a break, man.
And we won't do the things that you need to do to get that break.
Yeah,
the things we won't do.
Yeah.
We'll cross that line, you know.
Yes, sir.
So.
Also, a big thing in the homeless population is your credentials. They always steal those, like IDs, Social Security card.
The Social Security number.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big thing for a lot of the illegals from Mexico.
Yeah, but
I don't blame them for wanting to get out of there.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's terrible, worse than here, but you know, do it the right way. I got a friend that did it the right way, and he gets mad at him.
Yeah.
It makes him look bad.
Yes, sir. And also, you know, but taking someone's ID, you know, now they have to go all the way downtown or go to the DMV or whatever to get it. It's like
you credit all your life. You get good credit by me, and then it's gone in a second.
Just a second.
Somebody does something like that.
Yeah, that's awful, man.
They're just takers out here.
Yeah.
It's all a bad name.
I wanted to ask you about the urban camping law that Tempe passed, and now it's coming over into Scottsdale. What do you feel about that? Have you noticed it?
I think it's wrong, yeah, because the police are trying to sweep us out of here. And I had a cop tell me that he would fabricate a charge and lock me up if I didn't move along.
Oh, man.
I told him, hey, I was born and raised in this neighborhood. You know, I got people in this neighborhood that's how I survive. Is my friends. I got a good network of friends, and I'm lucky, you know, that I have so many people because it doesn't really tax anybody to help me a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I don't ask much. I can't panhandle. I don't fly a sign. I'm not begging. I'll go try to trim a tree or find some work, you know, or something. I'm getting too old to climb. You know, it's not really safe, but I don't have much of a choice.
Yeah.
I gotta do something.
Yeah, climbing trees is gonna be a hard one, man. But just saying that you're willing to try that's awful, man. Someone like you deserves to be in, you know, to get some of the resources that are getting poured out here.
Yeah, it would be nice, but I'm blue's not my best color, so I'm not gonna hold my breath and wait for that. You know, I'm gonna get out there and try to do it.
Yeah. Man, that's awful, man. Hearing you say that, you know.
It's hard, but you know that's life. You know, you got ups and downs, and you got to bounce back, and you can't let it get you down because you give up. You're never gonna do nothing.
Yeah, yes, sir. I agree.
Nobody wants to help you if you don't want to help yourself.
Yeah. Do you have any family members out here that are aware of your situation?
Yeah, I got a sister who lives in Chandler. I got a sister in Phoenix somewhere, but you know, I was the only boy in the family and the baby of the family, and they felt like I got special treatment. But you know, my parents loaned me money, but I paid them back every time. You know, my sisters didn't pay them back, but I'm the terrible one. You know, because I was in trouble with the laws, and I made bad choices when I was younger. You know, that just I'm paying for those choices, kind of.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you feel that it's like people say, like, you know, you do wrong and then wrong comes onto you? Like, do you feel it's that type of deal or no?
Yeah, karma will
Karma, there you go, yeah.
It'll fight you, but it's God, you know?
Yeah.
You gotta get your life right with God. Because if you don't, nobody's gonna really help you. Nobody here can really help you except for Him. He can change things, you know, to where it actually does something.
Yeah, He could put stuff in place that you can't see or deny that it was Him, you know?
Yeah, I've seen it. To where
so you're a believer then?
Divine intervention.
Divine intervention. Yes, sir, I agree.
It's tough to think about, you know, wow, I did this to myself. But a lot of it is piled on top of that one decision, you know, that's over what I should have had to pay for the mistake I made. People got really cold out here. They're tired of it, I guess. I don't blame them. Because there's a lot of bad people out here that are out here because they don't want to go in. You know? They like it, turmoil and the disruption all covers what they're doing.
Yeah, I agree. Wow, it's
life. Life is life.
Yeah.
You know, people don't change. You know, people are still the same. They got the same attitudes and ideals. And, you know,
radical beliefs, things like that.
Yeah, but you got to stick with it. You know, if you believe something, don't give up on it.
Yes, sir. I agree with you there.
Because then people won't ever have no faith in it. They say, well, you didn't even stick with it. You tried to tell me about it.
Yeah. Have you seen any old officers that like you've messed with back in the day?
Oh, yeah. I had a young officer that grabbed my ID and he read our names. And there was a veteran sitting there watching us. And he came back and handed him the IDs and he goes, that's James Gaines.
James,
you know, I was like, what? You tell them about me? He goes, oh yeah. He goes, you were pretty wild, but we never know which way you're going to jump.
Yeah.
So we let them know to be, you know, watch what they do. Pay attention. You know, I said, well, I didn't think I was that bad, but I guess I made an impression.
Yeah, made an impression, huh? Wow.
Yeah, but I'm not that guy no more.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah,
if they let it go, I can let it go.
Man, that's awesome, man, to see that. Like, if you could change, do you feel like anybody could change? That's how I feel.
Certainly.
Yeah, I feel like, I
how
changed.
How bad you want it.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. And I don't want to live off everybody else. I'd like to be able to work and make money with my choices.
Yeah. That's true. I got a friend, AZ Hugs, Austin. I know you heard of him. He's suing Tempe for the ordinance law because he can't feed homeless. What do you think about that? And
they got sanitary issues and things like that, but he's up to date on all those, and he watches exactly what he does and makes sure it's done right, so nobody should be able to say anything. He's doing what he wants with his money. How are they going to tell him that he can't help
Isn't
somebody?
that awful?
Yeah.
He has 32 citations for feeding the homeless.
Yeah, just giving them something to eat so they don't starve to death.
Yeah.
They let people starve to death out here. And it's tough because you got the people that panhandle and you can't walk into a store without getting accosted by somebody for money.
Yes,
and I understand the problem, but I don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, and then people hand me money. They just walk up and hand me money. I don't ask them.
Yeah.
And it's godsend, you know, because I wouldn't have ate that day. You know?
Yeah.
And it's just because there's no other real help that I can get to. I can't travel well, you know, with my foot. So I can't get to places where they feed, things like that.
I know, that's what I was gonna say, man. You gotta get down there, but I know it's hard.
Yeah, it's just a long, all of it, then when I'm done, it's so late that by the time I got back, I go to sleep. You know, you have to go to sleep kind of late anyway out here, but not that way, you know. And with my foot, I don't move too fast.
Yeah, so, man.
Yeah.
So, I was gonna say, how do the storefronts and stuff treat you guys out here? Are they pretty nice or relatively?
The police, I think, have turned them against us, trying to get rid of us. And I don't know if they threaten them or what, but there's some scandalous police officers that use that type of tactic.
Yeah.
You know, that's just people are people. They're in all different types of life. You know,
shape, sizes, colors, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So you try to surround yourself with the best people you can find. You know, that's all you can do.
Yeah.
But everybody's looking out for themselves. You know, they don't have time or the energy to help anybody else. You know.
Yeah.
So you got to do it on your own. There's a lot of scandalous people out here that don't want to work. You know,
yeah, I agree.
Take anything to get their hands on.
Yeah.
You know, they got drug habits that force them to
do things that they have to do, you know?
Yeah, because you can't afford it. Your habit goes up, your tolerance goes up, and sooner or later you're paying so much money for that you can't afford to eat or anything.
I agree.
I learned a long time ago, you got to let things go.
Yeah.
You know, there's things that you don't need, you got to let them go. And that's tough when you got, you know, like my stuff is in storage and I struggle to pay for it because things I got, you know, from my parents and my
oh yeah, like your collectibles and things like that. Yeah, yeah.
My amps and yeah, I'll probably end up losing, you know, because I can't afford it. I got a friend that hopefully I can put my guitars and all that over there, so that's the only enjoyment I get.
Yeah. Damn, man. That's awful. Well, I don't want to keep you too long. I got one last question that I always ask everybody. In 5 years, if you can think out that far, where do you see your life and why?
I'm hoping it's back to normal.
Man, that's awesome, man. I hope
even if I can't climb, I can train.
Yeah, definitely.
People to climb, and I got the clientele out there, you know, to get the word, to keep it rolling. Now that's what I'd like to do. You know, then it helps somebody have a trade. You know, somebody that maybe can't afford school or college. You know, they can get a trade that's a pretty lucrative trade. They can make money doing it.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. You used to climb trees. I never met anyone who did that before. That's cool.
I was scared of heights when I started, but I made good enough money that I got over it.
Yeah, real quick.
You know, I should have a house by now. If I wouldn't have hurt myself, I'd be at a home and, you know, be rolling pretty good.
Yeah, doing good,
huh? A truck and a trailer and everything. You know, lost it all.
Well,
my family wasn't any help, you know.
Man. Well, there it is, man. I want to thank you so much for this interview, man. I've been trying to meet up with you for so long, man.
It helps.
Yeah, I hope it does too. I think it will, man. You said a lot of positive and good things here today. You know, you're awesome. You're an amazing person, man. I hope you get to your goals, man, and I hope you get off here.
Yeah, I'm just a survivor, I guess. You know,
there you go. That's amazing.
Give up.
Yeah.
It's got to get better.
I hope so, man. It needs to.
I won't say it can't get any worse, because it does, but it's got to get better. If you keep trying, sooner or later something's got to happen.
I agree. And there it is. Thank you, buddy.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You have a great day.
You too.